right, hello and welcome everyone. I'm Chief Jerry Wright. Thank you for joining us today. I want to say, first of all, Merry Christmas. We had really a great employee luncheon that we're coming from on one side. We also have a union luncheon that's going on as well today that we will definitely, if you haven't already stopped by, we're going to try to make that as well. We have some incredible police stories to talk about today, and really, it's an absolute honor for me to get to be the one to come up and share these and highlight the men and women of the Pasadena Police Department. They are the heart and soul. They are the department. So we are excited about today when these awards come up. Before we get started, I want to recognize a few folks in our audience. I believe I saw the mayor, Jeff Wagner. Is he here yet? All right. I saw him earlier. He's coming today. Our mayor's chief of staff, Dan Pennington, is here. I see Director of Communications Rex Lindbergh back there. We have some council members with us today. I see Council Member Shainby and Council Member Van Hout. Thank you. Appreciate. I always say the mayor's support, council support in the community, it really makes this one of the best situations and organizations to work for because it's that great support. As we also, you know what, Lee Clark, where you at, Lee? Thank you, our former city attorney, retired many, many years. Thank you. Many chaplains and our CPA, thank you all for coming. The chaplains and our CPA, big support arm for our police department. It's so nice seeing them at our events. They're always there, whatever we need, support-wise. And it is a big, big emotional support and morale for us. Also, I want to recognize and thank my entire admin staff for putting this all together. It takes admin staff, it takes media. We have city help with our photography and video, and we also have the awards committee. This is about a 2 to 3 month process on the lead up to these awards. That's why they're very anticipated. The awards committee will get together. They'll go through all of the letters, all of the write-ups, and they'll make selections, and then they'll make recommendations and refer them up, and that's how we get here for these great stories today. So that brings me to our first award that we'll be recognizing today. I would like to invite up members of our Violent Crimes Division to please come forward and stand by the podium. As they make their way up, I'm going to tell you who they are, and I'm going to tell you all about this case they're being recognized for. Lead Detective Chris McGregor. Detective Michael Cooper, assigned to the ATF. Detective Sebastian Mata. Detective Melvin Quintanilla. And last but not least, Detective Ivan Mascaro. He told me earlier, Chief, my friends call me Yvonne. You can call me Ivan. That's what he said to me. Crazy. No respect. These detectives are being recognized for solving a capital murder investigation in our city that took an unbelievable amount of time and effort, determination, and grit. Also spanned nearly 6 months in length, culminated in the locating, very difficult, and the arrest and the charging of 5 suspects who were believed to have targeted this victim for his money and did kill him for it. I can tell you. They were not from this country. They were, after this heinous crime, they were scattered really to the winds. Isn't that right? 5 different directions. Veteran Detective Chris McGregor led the investigation with the dedicated folks that you see here, working with state, local, and national agencies, nonstop, round the clock, very early mornings, very late nights, weekends, the whole 9 yards. What they did ultimately, though, in bringing this to a close, is they do what they are dedicated to doing, and that is giving a voice to the victim and bringing justice to him and his loved ones for, again, this horrible, horrible crime. And, of course, making our city safer in the process. Think of that. It's very important. Investigation involved multiple search and arrest warrants and, again, working with many other agencies. It's a testament to your dedication, guys. You never stopped until every last one of these 5 suspects was arrested and charged for this crime. And it brings me great honor to present you with the Outstanding Performance Award. Thank you. Detective McGregor, would you like to say a few words? All right. Just thought I'd ask. All right, let's, can we take a photograph while they're here?
I'm ready for you. Okay, gentlemen, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Excellent job. Excellent job. You know, you feel kind of bad because it's a really short explanation of such a long ordeal. So, like I said, it's a big day. We get to honor that. We have another Outstanding Performance Award, and I would like to invite up Officer Carrie Smith to come to the front by the podium. Officer Carrie Smith, officer many years and fantastic character and ethics in the job she does every day. I'm going to tell you what she did to deserve this. April 5th, 2024, Officer Smith displayed an act of bravery and selflessness, which reflect the highest standards of our department, and it also reflects her own personal dedication to protecting the public. Officer Smith's courageous response to a wrong-way driver on State Highway 225 undoubtedly prevented a horrific tragedy, injuries, or death that would have changed people's lives forever. Imagine that. Wrong-way driver on the main lanes of 225. Very, very fast lane of traffic there. Officer Smith observed a vehicle traveling the wrong way in heavy traffic with no headlights. She made a split-second decision to intercept that driver and to place herself directly in harm's way by using her patrol unit to block the path of the intoxicated driver. She brought an end to the threat and undoubtedly prevented a deadly crash or multiple deadly crashes. Officer Smith's bravery and quick thinking to protect others from harm are truly commendable. And Carrie, I want to thank you for that. You don't do it for the recognition, but this case really highlights that selfless dedication. And it is an honor to present you with the Outstanding Performance Award. Let's give her a round of applause for that. Officer Smith, would you like to say a few words? Okay. Take a photo with you.
Take a big step towards me, please. That's good right there. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Our next award is for a unit. It's called a Unit Citation Award. And I would like to invite up the Financial Crimes Division. And I will tell you who they are as they come forward and step to the front. Detective Yuchin Mack. Detective John Jernigan's in court today, so he couldn't be here. The nerve. Detective John Gregory. Detective Donna Wright. Sergeant Mike Scott. And I do want to honorably mention a couple in the audience that are former members that have moved on. Officer Frank Kiley and Sergeant Brandon McLean are here today. Thank you all. You always wonder what you're going to say at these things, and when I was talking to Sergeant Mike Scott in the before time there, he gave me some great information. Can't say it now, but anyway, it was really great. The unit is being recognized for exceptional investigative work throughout this year, but also for their commitment to the community. Though small in number, they have only 4 folks and a sergeant. They've made a very big impact this year. You know, we talk about the juvenile division. We've got some members here, I see. They are the protectors of the children in the city, okay? Financial crimes, well, they fight every day for the adults, and particularly our seniors who sadly are preyed upon by ruthless con artists. who are unfortunately very good at stealing the money. Just a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, we had a case where a lady lost $140,000. They took over her computer, put the big alert signal, scared her half to death, told her the FBI and the Pasadena police were after her. If she wanted to protect her funds, just click here and we'll put them in a safe place for you. And she was so frazzled that she did it. And that's gone. That's where they come in. A lot of these folks, though, are living off really Social Security income. They don't have anywhere near that kind of money. So these crooks, they never lose a wink of sleep over this. Some of the worst. So as a department, we have to keep the police pressure dialed up in that section of the crimes in particular. That's what this group is focused on. In 2024, with only 4 investigators and a sergeant, the unit has handled a staggering number of cases. They filed numerous fraud-related criminal charges. It's well known. These cases can take months and months and multiple bank subpoenas, each one requiring extensive time. Usually lead to what? More subpoenas, line by line, painstaking detail. I know a lot about financial crimes. I don't know why. It's just osmosis. It comes to me. The impact of their work extends beyond case investigations, though. By partnering with our social media unit, they've created resources to educate the community against and prevention of things like I just talked about. They've attended HOA meetings, teamed up with our great CPA, demonstrating their commitment to our citizens and fostering a safer and more informed community. And it brings me honor to present you all with the Unit Citation Award. Let's give them a round of applause. You guys are sleepy out there. I might have to fire my joke writer. Sergeant Scott, would you care to say a few words? All right, wonderful. All right, let's take some photos. Congratulations.
Take a step towards me, please. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And one more. Oh, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good job, guys. All right. We are moving right along. This one is incredibly interesting, this next one. It's a really, really great case. Highlights a lot of people working together. We have a Chief Citation Award, and I would like to invite up the Auto Theft Division up here front and center, please, as well as members of our Patrol Division. And those are Skylar Schreers, Officer Kyle Smith, Officer Lance Howard. All right, up front, please. Very good. Very good. Our auto theft detectives here are Detective Charlie Sanders. Is Nick here?
No, sir.
No? Okay, good deal.
Out of training.
All right, very good. And we've got Sergeant Doug Buckert here. We've got Daniel Calentar. We have Rob Billy Bob Anderson. It's what the paper said. I just read the paper. In the hallway earlier this morning when I went down to check their pulse and see if they were coming, he's in a camo outfit. And I said, if you wear that, you'll be sorry up here. I promise you. I will call you out. And now look at him. He's excellently dressed, excellently dressed. We're very proud of him. Okay. Let me tell you what they did. Spoiler alert, it's the biggest auto theft seizure in our department's history. It's huge. Here's how it went down. Officer Skylar Schreers was on patrol, saw a speeding truck being followed by a silver sedan, thought that was suspicious. The suspect vehicles both ducked into a neighborhood, ditched the stolen truck, and then all left in that follow car, that silver sedan. Officer Schreers started the ball rolling, recovered that stolen truck, and then it was Officer Kyle Smith using our Flock camera system. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's probably one of the greatest crime-fighting tools since the fingerprint and DNA, frankly. Officer Kyle Smith located that silver sedan, and yes, it was stolen too, and he found out that it had just been involved in a in an aggravated robbery carjacking in Houston. So he continued. They got auto theft involved, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. Our auto theft detectives picked up the baton, and the case took them on a winding trail that involved several search warrants over a long period of time, multiple warehouse locations. And get this, 25 extremely high-end vehicles recovered with a combined value of $1.7 million. Okay? Huge case. Bentleys and Lamborghinis. They could not swing a DeLorean, so Doc and Tom Warnke and myself could take a selfie with that. Maybe jump to a different timeline. Check that out. But $1.7 million, 9 suspects being charged with engaging in organized criminal activity. That was an enormous case involving our resources, other agencies, many, many officers. Really was the type of work that we look at and we're in awe of. We admire because of the complexity and the levels and the layers of it. Every detective and officer worked together as a team on this case, followed that trail wherever it led them, and each of these great patrol officers lending to that effort with canine support, traffic stops, interviews, and on throughout that same period. This team effort was responsible for busting up an elaborate auto theft ring, and it was absolutely some of the best investigative work we've seen. It was record-setting, as I said, in its size and scope. We are extremely proud of each of them, but I want to say this regards to auto theft and where that chief citation comes in. Auto Theft Division has done a ton more of this very same type of work throughout the year, okay, different levels. They built incredibly strong bridges of communication throughout the department and the process. And I'm here to tell you, that is important. That is a ground level, first line supervisor, commander. That's an all-out effort to communicate and to work these cases together across the department. We cannot stress how important that is. It makes it all work. I'm honored to present the Auto Theft Division with the Chief Citation Award. An Outstanding Performance Award goes to our patrol officers involved. Doug, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, Chief.
We have our first take.
So I was told I had to say something. I don't like speaking in front of a lot of people, but they deserve it, so I'll do it. This is just one of several, significant cases that these guys have worked, and patrol officers have been essential to helping us solve. Night shift, we just had 3 more in the last month. We served them dinner last night saying thank you. It's an ongoing thing. Trujillo here, he's done, he should be up here, not for this case, but he's helped us quite a bit as well. So Lieutenant Sorrell, your guys on nights are helping us quite a bit. All of the shifts, they just caught some B&B guys from this morning that we got to go interview after this. But hands off, round of applause to my guys, hats off, that would be the same to these guys.
All right, can we?
Oh, were you gonna do Chief, were you gonna do handshakes?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
Good job. Good job. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Take a step towards me, please. I'm gonna have all of you shift that way 1.5 feet. There you go, cool. Perfect. You're right, Chief, they really can't follow directions. Y'all are great. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you. That was a great case. We watched it unfold, so it's even more vibrant getting to observe it from where we were and the work that they do. What a great job these officers did. You cannot function without individuals like this doing the hard work all throughout the organization. Again, these are just the ones that got the recognition, but it goes on. It goes on. Okay. Organization certainly can't function at a high level like this without great leadership. And that is our next award. I would like Lieutenant Joey McGill to please come forward. As he comes forward, I'll tell you, he is the commander over the Special Investigations Bureau, and they have received a lot of recognition just today with financial crimes and auto theft. He's also over juveniles. He's also over Gulf Coast Task Force, Violent Offenders Task Force. All those units have thrived this past year, and we've watched it. We've watched it grow and continue to grow. And we've really appreciated what's going on over there, because it is again, it takes all effort, team effort, everybody working on it. In particular, we've noticed Joey doing a lot of extra. Joey, your division's achievements have helped countless victims this year and have made the city safer. Your units have consistently helped other officers. As I said, that's really what makes everything work so well. And divisions throughout the department with a tremendous spirit of cooperation and communication. You can be proactive, police-oriented your whole career. You've also got to be proactive with the communication and cooperation. If you're not, you only get about halfway there in this job. This selfless atmosphere in your areas, Joey, has helped our PD operate with greater cohesiveness and a stronger sense of teamwork. Communication, camaraderie are exactly what we're after, because it's those things that we know elevates our service that we provide out there in the community to a much higher level. Again, communication, camaraderie, y'all. Lastly, you worked proactively with Lieutenant M.P. Jackson. Are you here, Lieutenant M.P. Jackson? Worked proactively with Lieutenant M.P. Jackson on the not-so-glamorous side of things. That is the policy side. Lieutenant M.P. Jackson is over our investigations, and Lieutenant McGill is over our special investigations. And together, they all involve all the casework, all of the case assignment. When our patrol officers go out and they make cases, they make reports, they got to go somewhere, they got to get investigated. We have to be up to date with industry standards. And I'll never forget, it was Joey, you and MP who came to us and said, we would like to initiate and update and look at any of our policies. They did so, and they ensured that we were just not meeting standards, we were exceeding national standards. That's where we want to be. We want to be better than the rest of it. We don't want to C, we want to A++. We're thankful for your important work as an investigative commander in the organization. Lieutenant Joey McGill, it is my honor to present you with the Leadership Award. Thank you. Joey, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'll get you. Okay. You'll have to forgive me. I'm getting over a bit of a cold, so can everybody hear me okay? I wrote some notes down so I don't forget. I'm extremely honored and humbled to stand before you today, but I must give credit where credit is due. First to my chain of command, Assistant Chief John Dumbrava and Chief Wright. They've both been invaluable resources for me for guidance and advice, as well as being a sounding board for any suggestions or issues that might come up. For those of you you might not be aware, my command Special Investigations excuse me, encompasses 5 very different units with extremely varied missions and goals. I have 5 sergeants that I'm responsible for and that I work with daily, 2 of whom you saw earlier receiving recognition for their efforts, Sergeant Doug Buckert of Auto Crimes and Sergeant Mike Scott of Financial Crimes. I also have Les Lebedzinski over the Juvenile Unit, Sergeant Ben Hickman assigned to the Crimes Against Children's Unit, and Sergeant Vic Bewley, who oversees the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force and works closely with the United States Marshal Service. These 5 sergeants make my job easier because of their dedication and motivation in their respective job assignments. Working across these 5 units are 23 detectives who always go above and beyond in their investigations, despite sometimes having an extremely heavy caseload. I could not be prouder of the detectives and the detective sergeants in the Special Investigations Division. I'm proud of their compassion, their work ethic, and their ability to serve the citizens of Pasadena. The citizens of Pasadena are fortunate to have men and women of this caliber working for them. Lastly, a long time ago, someone gave me some advice. I was told, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing. And I believe that is what these detectives do on a daily basis, the right thing. Thank you.
Very good. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, gentlemen.
Good job. All right. Very, very proud of Joey's effort. I will tell you also, I'm proud that he could read the print on that card. You should have saw the font. It reminded me, I don't have my glasses on. I need my glasses to look at this. So, we made it to our last award. How are we doing? That's not bad. All right. Okay, there's a legendary artist who once sang, I'll paraphrase, this old world is rough. If a person's going to make it, then they got to be tough. And I want to ask up one of the toughest folks that I know, Officer Hunter Trujillo. Please come forward, and I'll tell you why he's getting his award. It's our final recognition. I saved this one for the last. Be a Meritorious Service Award. To me, it's an amazing story. Really, it truly demonstrates what the men and women of our department risk out on the street every single day. In the heat, in the rain, in the elements, holidays, weekends, shift work, overtime, all of that, each and every day, what they must endure to keep us safe. And really, quite frankly, to whom we all owe a debt of gratitude for. It's our officers and, of course, our great civilian staff as well, our first responders. These days, they have a variety of things they like to call police officers. Gravitated toward terms like guardians and protectors and defenders and that sort. And the majority of the time, that is well and good. That's fine, okay? They do forget about all the rest of the roles of coaches and mentors and counselors or referees out there on the streets and things that they do. Sometimes, though, when it's called for, the warrior has to come out and make an appearance. That gladiator has to step out there in the arena. It's exactly what happened in this situation that Hunter's being recognized for. Officer Trujillo was on patrol in an area known for high crime. Stopped an individual. Yes, he was armed with a gun. Short story is Hunter got him arrested after some serious heavy lifting. Ladies and gentlemen, every day out there, officers deal with criminals who refuse to go to jail. They resist. It's called resisting arrest. They put their hands on our officers. They push them, they shove them, they grab them. They even strike them sometimes. And later they're asked, did they really do enough resisting, for a charge and so forth. That happens every day, several times a day throughout the shifts. That's not what this was that Hunter's being recognized for. This is something else entirely. Officer Trujillo found himself in an all-out physical fight with a hardened criminal that was determined not to go to jail, who was armed with a gun and actively trying in every way possible to do harm or worse to Officer Trujillo. Hunter took some hits and found himself rolling in the dirt in a critically dangerous situation because during this ground fight, the suspect's gun came out of that waistband, landing in very near proximity and in reach during this all-out fight. Officer Trujillo took his academy training to heart. Our officers are trained in this fine academy to get in the fight, stay in the fight, and win the fight. That's what Hunter did. This criminal was outmatched, thanks heavens, because of Hunter's God-given will to win. Hunter, I'm proud of you for that bravery, for your mental focus, and for winning this fight. Thank you for getting this dangerous felon off of our streets because, thanks to Detective Cooper, where are you? We later learned that gun had been used in multiple violent crimes in the Houston area. So we took a bad guy off of the streets, I'll tell you that. For all this, Hunter, it brings me great honor to present you with the Meritorious Service Award. Let's give him a round of applause. Hunter, would you like to say a few words?
No, sir, thank you.
Exactly what you thought he would say. Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming today. It's the holidays. It's a time where we all kind of reassess and get together and you talk about the end of the year and accomplishments during the year. It is a absolute perfect time to bring our staff together and show them that, yes, we do appreciate them and recognize for what they're doing out there. Please stick around, congratulate them. There's cake and punch in the snack board down the hall to the right. Merry Christmas.